Hi, blokes. Drob here, the R-Man, Sergio Drobos. I'm here with a special guest again for the second most eagerly anticipated event of the year, which is the post group stage slash some of the round 16 games roundup video. I had a hell of a lot of messages asking me to get this video out there. Almost as many requests as requests to Will to do the Three Lions song. So you do the math. Anyway, the special guest again. I don't know who it is. Um, uh, oh, Stu, is it?
Hey! Hey!
Oh, there it is. That looks like. Is that? It had a kind of peach and raspberry color to it.
Yeah, peach and raspberry squash, high end, not your regular. It's Robinson's Fruit Creations, which is their slightly more, I'd say, gourmet range. Twice the fruit, delicious, peach and raspberry.
Thanks, Stu. Please
Other
save.
drinks are available.
Please save the squash content for the squash sweepstake coming in July 2023. Cool. How are you, mate? Haven't seen you since the last video.
Yeah, mate, all good. Same as last week or last time. Pretty hungover. A few lager beers for the boys. Bit of a 2-day hang. Tried to keep the pace drinking with J-Man Shoe on Saturday. Always a mistake.
Always a mistake.
Should have stuck at the pace Les was going at, and then I'd have been fine.
Probably still nursing his first half a pint, is he?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, Martha, can I have a drink, please?
Oh, what publications you read in the morning?
Oh, with my muesli and my bum. Little throwback joke for quite a small audience there.
Me, I'm not in the loop on that one, so that's good, inclusive video banter. Thanks for that. Yeah, mate. I know you didn't ask, but same from me, really. Had a couple of shandies in Edinburgh with
Oh yeah,
with some pals.
do you go to Garibaldi's? Be closed.
Possibly, but I don't think so. We went to a number of venues, mainly just pubs, because yeah, everything was closed a bit annoyingly, but also kind of worked in your favour because it meant you went to bed at a reasonable time. So yeah, also a little bit tired. But
who was MVP? What were the power rankings of you, Big Dave, Big Dave Walker, Ollie, and you? What are the power rankings? You must have been lucky to be lucky
so
to be invited.
Lucky what to be invited. Yeah, there was a lot of dropouts. Well, it was Dave, Josh, Tommy, and I. I actually won overall best bloke award for the trip. Dave won best organizer of the trip because he organized it. Josh won being the youngest award because he's the youngest. I think, and Tom.
Talk me through that one again.
So Josh was born after us, ergo sum. Yeah, and Tom won most binned actually. He was a little bit of a liability, but you know we go again. I've got a stack this weekend, so we go again. Anyway, mate.
Joe, I think even our most loyal, I think even Snip's turned off by now.
No, Snip, you're still tuned in, aren't you, bro? Thought so. Oh, mate, Murray's going to win this. 3 sets to love. Great to see. Right, so the Euros, they've been on. I hope you've all been watching. I know I have been as much as I can, which is basically all of it. And
yeah, I've caught at least a minute of every game, I think.
That's key. That's actually all you really need. Like doing 10 seconds of anaerobic exercise a day. It's fine. And that's coming from a doctor. So you're all good, lads. That's probably Les chopping Martha. 10 seconds. Right, but anyway, let's get into it because we don't
get to the meat. Come on, I'm boring myself.
Yeah, right. So it's been a good tournament so far. Still a lot more of it to come. Let's just start off with a quick group by group, match by match, minute by minute breakdown. No, I'm joking. So Group A, initial thoughts, Stu, on how Group A turned out.
Was that the group of death?
No, mate, that's Group F.
Which one's Group A? Oh, Italy.
Yeah, Italy,
Yeah,
Wales, those boys.
mate. Exactly as you'd expect.
Yeah. I guess the only shock being Turkey, who were a bit of a dark horse, although as we've recently learned, dark horse means favourite somehow. Came last and only scored 1 goal. And as a result, I think are the statistically worst team. Is that am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, you are. And that means Jae-Man Shu, the perennial sweepstake winner, has not won the big prize this time, but does leave, I think, with his nose wiped, if that's the expression. And he gets his money back, I believe.
Jae-Man Shu
Yeah.
for Turkey.
Nope. That's wrong. Yeah. Turkey is Will. Will.
We just spoke about this 3 minutes before we came on air. Jesus. Snip, are you free to tag in? Yeah, I thought you'd be busy. All right, don't worry. Yeah, Willie P. Well, it's a shame he can't get his money until we see 3 Lions.
Yeah, true. Money will be released on receipt of that video.
Yeah, agreed. I think we all feel that way, don't we? If you guys want to vote now and poll, it should be popping up on the screen. We can get a definite answer on that. Good stuff. Okay, Group A, done. Group B, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Russia. I think Denmark, everyone's favourite second team. So everyone's second team.
I'd say also from favourite in that half, that quarter of the draw, I'd say, I think to make the semis.
Yeah, mate, I actually agree. I'll tell you why, because when Ukraine beats Sweden, they'll be meeting England. And then Ukraine will beat them because they're legend. Czech Republic, I think, have been quite bad.
Mate, Czech Republic is shit. Denmark will beat them.
Yeah,
easy, I think.
And I think as bad as it was with Ericsson, it's actually been a hell of a catalyst for them. And it's great to see. It's great to see them playing well and playing some good football, actually. So fair play to them. Group C then, Netherlands, Austria, Ukraine, and North Macedonia. Pandev's done well, but he's now done. But I think they performed well despite losing all 3.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they embarrassed themselves. No. Ukraine squeaking through, I think everything wrong with the 3 teams going through from a group for me.
Yeah.
Weren't good, didn't deserve to go through. Mistake of the system, I'd say. But fair play, they've got a very good chance against Sweden.
Yeah.
And, you put them maybe 50-50 to get into the quarters.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's all we can say. Netherlands were very impressive in the group stage, but like I've always said, group games don't really matter. It's like doing A-levels. Yeah, you do them, but ultimately you need a university degree before you get anywhere in life.
Tell that to Bol and Shea.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That actually wasn't me insulting anyone there. That was me just.
Wow.
Yeah, God, I tell you what, I wish I wasn't recording this. Thank God that they probably won't watch this. Yeah, mate, that's actually a really fair point. You don't need a university degree to get somewhere in life. And I really tried to prove that as well by spending as much time as possible at university. Anyway, let's move on from that. Oh, we should mention Netherlands were very impressive in the group stage, but sadly, spoilers, went out later on. Group D, that was England, Croatia, Czech Republic, Scotland. England are flattered to deceive so far, but they haven't conceded and they came top of the group. So actually, that was quite good.
And we're, according to bookmakers, second favourites.
Yeah,
But I
madness.
think that is partly because they know people will always bet on England, so they can underprice them a bit.
Mate, that's a great point, actually. I've never thought of that. Have you put any money on this tournament in any way, including
No,
sweepstakes?
but I've got Italy, France, and so if they do want to get to the semis, if they're both in the semis, I might do a bit of hedging to kind of guarantee money.
Bet on both teams to go through.
Yeah, maybe.
Fail safe. Croatia, I think, dreadful. I'm really glad they went out. Um, Czech Republic, we've already mentioned. Scotland scored a goal, and it was, I'd probably say, goal of the tournament so far. Stu?
I think it's certainly one of them. I think it's certainly up there. Any other goals of whet your appetite that you think might be in the hunt?
Definitely a couple, but we'll get onto those in the scheduled minutes, 40 to 50 minutes when we're
Yeah.
discussing.
So jump ahead if that's where you want to get to
Get
for the
ahead.
goal.
Yeah,
Link below.
yeah. Remember to subscribe afterwards. Press here.
Like.
Cool. So then Group E, bit of a nothing group I found. Sweden, Spain, Slovakia, Poland.
Yeah, nothing for me. No time for that. Happy to move on.
Good stuff. France, group of death. Sorry, Group F, Group F, group of death. France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary. Firstly, Hungarians did very well and very close to pulling off one of the biggest progressions I've ever seen. But sadly missed out at the 11th hour. But Portugal looked good at spells. Germany looked terrible, but then good at spells. And France just seemed like they're kind of rumbling along and without really going into third or even fourth gear, which probably it bodes well for people facing them in the knockout stages.
They look quite good now against Switzerland, to be fair.
Fuck, has it started? Oh,
Yeah.
God, I didn't even know the footy was on, mate. Classic. I'm sorry, I love Murray when Wimbledon's on. Anyway, yeah. So that that was the group stages. I think we learned a lot, and we also still have other lessons to learn.
What players have impressed you, mate? Who's going to get the big money move and then be a big disappointment? Who's your Van der Beek figure?
Schlick.
Yeah.
I think he's at Bayer Leverkusen, so actually it's probably his level, to be honest. The Netherlands fullback, wing back.
He's at PSV, so he'll get a big
Oh, definitely. De Vries.
move.
Donald De Vries. Donald De Vries.
Yeah, De Vries.
Yeah. Who else played well? I think
Mate,
Modric has got
Gilmore.
a big feature in the game.
Yeah,
Gilmore's.
mate, Gilmore going to Norwich on loan, which I think will do him the world of good.
Really? Is that
Yeah,
confirmed?
mate, he is. Yeah, he's both are true, I think, and I think Norwich will suit him because I think they'll play him every game, and they'll also try and play a bit, which will be
Yeah.
good.
No, I think that he did look
See,
very
they'll go
good.
down.
Mate, have you seen Ashley Young
But yeah,
signed
I
for
think
Villa for a year?
yeah, he has. He's back.
Who else?
If you haven't seen it, see the video of bird poo going into Ashley Young's mouth.
World class. Up there with when Harry Kane spits into his own mouth somehow. Have you seen that one?
No.
Nice. It's a good vid. Well, when Jason Punchin goes off the pitch to do a poo. Have you ever been on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah. A long, hard think about you, Stu. Anyway, let's move on.
Where do you want to move on to next? Do you want to talk goals?
Goes South Bristol. That's where I play every week. Yeah. Is there anything else to mention from the group stages? Favorite match, actually, mate. What was your most enjoyable match? That's a good talking point.
Most enjoyable match. I would say, without a shadow of a doubt, if I could group them together, would be the final games in Group F. Kind of watching them as a pair. Was watching the France-Portugal game, actually at a very edgy venue, which I kind of didn't really get. But they accidentally brought our food order twice. So had 2 sets of burgers and chips, was very full, but couldn't stop eating. Really, yeah, and that was amazing. Switzerland have just scored.
Jesus.
And he looks very happy, more and more angry. Yeah, I thought that game was amazing. But highlight being when Germany equalised and Hungary, while they're still showing the Germany goal, Hungary scored basically straight from the kickoff. We all went absolutely mad, and then they just brought out the second set of our burgers. So mixed it up actually, chicken burger first time round, and then had a bit of beef. So not good for the environment, sure, but very tasty.
Fair play, man. And where was the venue? Sounded a bit edgy.
Tottenham, like Tottenham Hale. So it didn't really. Yeah, it was one of those venues which was just so unwelcoming because it was really cool, and so they, made no effort to explain, where it was, and it was mean. I thought they also had a 12-year-old serving us booze, which I thought was a bit inappropriate.
I didn't know Les worked there. Who are you with?
I was with a guy called Bomford, a guy called Shapes, a guy called Wilder, and a guy called Mike.
A guy called Shapes?
James Shapland.
Oh, thought his first name was like Rectangle or something. Cool. Moving on. Yeah, cool. So the group stage done, guys. Yeah, round of 16 is nearly complete, and there's been a lot of games that we've gone the way we thought was going to.
Do you fancy England to go through?
In a word, I'm not sure. I think, actually, mate, you know what? I actually think they do. I think Germany are terrible. I think England have taken quite a lot of shit for getting the job done in the groups, and we haven't really turned up yet. Kane hasn't turned up, so they've got a lot to prove, and I think the best time to prove something is against one of your biggest rivals in a knockout stage. So I'm quietly confident, not that quietly because I'm talking about it now. I'm confident that England will beat Germany.
And I think it would be a record goal drought for England for Harry Kane if he hits 4 games.
Is that really 4? He didn't score in any of the warm-up games.
Mate, saw it on Twitter.
Okay. But he has an aversion to European Championships, see France 2016.
Look, mate, don't shoot the messenger. That's what I heard. So he's going to bang. Get your bets on a Kane brace.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you who needs Harry Kane to score some goals. That is whoever has him in the draw, which I believe is Minty Bad Boy, who has Slovakia and Wales. So that's quite unfortunate.
I would say in terms of Golden Boot, I'd say you've got Golden Boot. Ronaldo's got it locked down. I'd say he's on 5. Lukaku on 3, which means he's played more minutes, and so he will have played more minutes. So he needs to score 3.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
I can't see him having enough games because I think they'll lose to Italy. But even if they make it to the final, I think it's unlikely he's going to get a goal a game. So I think Ronaldo has got that locked down.
Unless Schlick gets a goal,
which I think is very unlikely.
Really? Fair.
So Snip's got that money locked down, I'd say. And we'll just need him to obviously release it by chinning a couple of pints.
Yeah, chance to be a fine thing, pal. A fine thing indeed. But yeah, if we go through them, I think Belgium, Portugal it didn't quite live up to the hype, but it was a decent game. Italy, Austria, I quite enjoyed the end of that. Spain, I'm very glad did a number on Croatia. I think they deserved that. Netherlands, obviously, ultimately undone by the red card, which was a very funny red card. The handball, it's just like, why has he done that?
Madness, mate.
Just fall on the ball. He could have just fallen on the ball.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, and then Denmark thrashing Wales. Actually, probably my highlight of the Euros so far.
Nice. Good.
I tell you what, mate, people are going to love this because they're going to keep thinking to themselves, surely it's going to get funnier.
Do you know what we shouldn't have done is done this when we're both tired, hungover, and watching football out of our side eye.
Well, then, mate, that's basically every day of every week because we love to sesh.
And also, mate, we're just chucking this into the ether, so no one's going to fucking... Mate, the blokes hate it. No one's down to pint.
Mate, I did one, actually. I did like a whole visual bit for it and it got no feedback.
And I'll be honest, I had a couple as well. I've seen Snip do some. Yeah. Fred May did half of a half.
Fred did it. Fred's done a couple though. Bowles done one, but I think that's it.
Yeah, but Bowl, is Mr. Reliable.
Yeah.
He's always, ever since he was, mopping up defensive play, playing it in the kind of the back of a diamond for RGS.
Oh no, I'm losing.
He knew it was the
Hello.
Hey,
bud. Yeah, cool, man. So I guess the last thing to discuss before we palliate the patient is his best goal. I know there's been a lot of people in the Schlick one. Schick? I don't even have to say his name, to be honest. As I've mentioned before, I think on WhatsApp to some people, I don't like those I don't like those long distance goals because yes, he took it really well and visually it looks great. But if Marshall was back a little bit, instead of marshalling the top half of his half, then it wouldn't have gone in. So it's a no from me. I like every Ukraine goal scored because they're good lads. Andreas Christensen, lovely goal. And I'll tell you why. A, defender. B, Christian Eriksen. C, Denmark. D, the ball barely moved in the air, rotation-wise, when he struck it. And I love that.
Mate, I really love a slow-mo vid when the ball doesn't move.
So good. So good. But then Thorgan Hazard, lovely goal last night. Cut across it, bit of swerve. Maybe the keeper should have done a bit better, but again, visually nice.
Snip was saying. Snip thinks the keeper should have done better. Doesn't really buy the kind of swerve setting him off, and I'm inclined to agree with Snip. I think the goalie's first movement is too far the other way, and inexplicably so. And I think if he doesn't do that, it's an easy save. Not an easy save; it's a regulation save.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. And the only one I actually want to chuck into the mix, mate, was the Italian goal, Chiesa, against Austria, the first one.
Which one was that?
So
I had quite a few logs, so I can't remember it.
Mate, we were all in lagers at the time. Extra time, ball gets played into him on the right-hand side of the box. It bounces up off his face. He then
Sounds like a good goal.
Yeah, but then he knocks it down with another foot as it kind of bounces back, and he did that with his right foot, but then strikes it with his left foot. You must remember it. It was real nice.
Okay, well, I'll look it up. What it does remind me, though, is of Chicharito's first goal for United, where he... Don't need to tell you what happens, do I?
Mate, I remember every one of Hernandez's goals.
Yeah, he accidentally kicks it off his own face to score.
Yeah. I think any accidental face action is always great. Cool, bro. So
we do in the eventuality that OG is top goal scorer? Does that mean, or
OG Love.
yeah, or Ollie Gammond?
Um,
But yeah, what do we do in that eventuality? Does the money, where does it go?
I think it goes to whoever has done the least amount of pints that they should have done.
Okay, that seems sensible.
No, what we'll do with that money is, and firstly, talking of OGs, I think best own goal so far is Chesney. Do you agree?
I quite like the one from today, if I'm honest.
Yeah, mate, lovely
Uh,
finish actually, wasn't it?
yeah, I think it's harsh it was given to him, not the goalie, because the goalie clearly gets a touch.
Yeah.
Uh, and so I'd be annoyed if I was doing fantasy football, but I'm not. But no, I think that was probably no. But I agree with you. I think the worst best own goal was definitely that keeper because I mean he was on his own line and hit it in.
Yeah.
If that had been cricket, you'd think it was match fixing.
Yeah. Why is no one suggesting match fixing here? That's what I've been asking myself daily. But yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do with that money. Whoever is least deserving of a prize they win won't get to their money, and instead it will go to sorry. Instead it will go to whoever scores the best own goal, unless whoever wins that is again someone least deserving, and then we'll keep working down the own goal scorers until it gets to either you, me, or Snip,
Or bowl.
or Bo, or maybe Fred if he continues having at least some drinks.
Yeah, good.
Right, mate. Well, actually, that went really quite far wide, didn't it? Well, we've had a hell of a lot of fun.
Mate, I'll tell you what, my only criticism is also there will be a fine for anyone who hasn't got to this far in the video or who doesn't text us the secret word, which I think they'll be able to guess anyway. What is the secret word, Tuffers?
Mallard.
Whack, whack.
But
Whack.
yeah, guys, we'll expect that Stu and I both separately messages so that we both feel included and loved by the wider group, which is something I think we both agree we thrive on and need to sustain our lives. And I think next time we do this, mate, it's probably going to be pre-semi-finals. I will make sure that I'm not tired and hungover.
Yeah, I mean.
Ooh.
oh.
But I think that'll be a good chance to kind of really thrash out the details about the last four.
Agree. Take stock, press reset, and take it from there.
Yeah, cool, mate. Well, this is been fun. Yeah.
Wow. So just got a message from Chris Parsons.
Yeah.
Might know him as Snip. I think that the first team to score a free kick should be able to distribute a pint. Direct, that is. You hear there's still been none?
Yeah, so Snip, firstly, great point, mate. I've just seen that message. I think that, do you know Ronaldo who scored like one in 122 free kicks or something?
Mate, it's the world's biggest con.
Yeah, it really is. But imagine saying no to him. You can't. But yeah, mate, I actually like that. That's a good idea. When will that happen? No, that's more about it doesn't happen. If it doesn't happen in a tournament, Snip has to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And deflections don't count.
No, it needs to be a clean strike. Ideally, the ball not rotating much for the visuals. But a keeper very much diving at full stretch.
Yes. Yeah.
There's quite a lot of criteria, and it needs to be in the top left of the goal, but in the second half of the game. No, I'm joking. Any free kick would do. Great, man. Well, look, I think it's time we both focused on the game, watching it. We will
get back to our lonely, bereft lives.
Yeah. Annie and I won't be lonely for much longer, though.
Oh yeah, am I hearing a pitter patter of tiny feet?
Yeah, mate. I think Les is moving in.
Wah, wah.
No, we're getting a Labrador puppy on Friday by the name of Bonnie. So that'll be really
That's
nice.
nice. Nice Scottish name for you, Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Absolutely, mate.
One
And
for Fred there, if he's got this far. Fred, history of Bonnie Prince Charlie. I'd say colossal failure, but I imagine you as a bit more of a revisionist might have a different view.
didn't he hide in a tree once?
No, that's that. Oh
Was that
God.
James?
Oh, maybe. Text in if you know, but it's definitely not Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Yep. Text in or email Drob and the S Man at BB Blade sweepstake featuring a bit of monarchist history at legends.com.
/ why won't this end?
/ it's now going to end.
Oh, mate. So you know
Yeah.
your dog.
Yeah.
What type is it? Rob, what type's your dog?
At the end. Ah! Lads, thanks for watching it this far. See you before the semi-finals. Take care.